When people looked ahead at the box office projections for this weekend for both Barbie and Oppenheimer, people knew that both these movies were likely to be big successes, but I'm not sure anybody knew just how big they would be, with Barbie on pace for the biggest opening weekend of 2023 with over $150 million, and Oppenheimer looking at over $75 million. But despite that success, there's still another movie at the box office that is making a ton of noise right now, way more than anybody possibly thought it would, and that is Sound of Freedom. Even with these new releases, even with all that attention, Sound of Freedom increased its theaters this week. The only movie that was currently in release to actually gain theaters this week, obviously Barbie and Oppenheimer got released in a bunch of theaters. Sound of Freedom continues to do amazing things at the box office, all while the mainstream media has tried to completely and utterly destroy it. We saw just a few days ago, it crossed $100 million at the domestic box office. Now, when you look at things, when you look at the outlook for this week, Sound of Freedom is almost neck and neck with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. And I just got to be real at this point. We saw the opening was a little bit soft for Mission Impossible, but really good international numbers. At this point, with what Sound of Freedom has done all through this week, it is eating in to anything that Mission Impossible could have possibly needed to actually break even. I've been talking about Mission Impossible for months now, about the massive, almost $300 million budget associated with it. This is something that needed to hit around $900 million worldwide to break even. And now, with what's projected to happen this weekend, that is almost non-existent, no chance for something like Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. And considering I really liked that movie, that sucks. I thought that movie was really good. I love the Mission Impossible franchise, but the timing could not be worse. Not only do you have the massive markets of Barbie and Oppenheimer that are coming into the box office now, but also, it seems like a lot of people that would have gone and support Mission Impossible went out there and supported Sound of Freedom. It's almost undeniable at this point that that's the case. When you look at the demographics, when you look at the area of the country that have been supporting Sound of Freedom, those are areas and those are people that are typically going out there and supporting Tom Cruise movies. And of all these things, of all these different screens to share, it looks like Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is the one that's been left in the dust. It's projected to have about a $20 million second weekend, and that's over a 60% drop. This is something that needed to keep pace with what we saw from Mission Impossible Fallout a few years ago. When you scroll down, you can see that had a 42% drop. That had a really solid hold on its way to $220 million at the domestic box office. It doesn't look like that's in the cards for Mission Impossible. And I think the culprit is Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom has completely shaken things up in Hollywood. There's no doubt about that. A $14 million budget, a movie about the horrors of human trafficking and child trafficking that everybody on the left, everyone in the mainstream media tried to gaslight people about. They tried to tell you it was some political movie. They tried to tell you it was a conspiracy. No, it's based on a true story. There's nothing political about the movie whatsoever. And still, people are coming out in droves to support this thing. When you look at what it's done all throughout this week and what it's looking to do at the box office, look at this. So this shaded figure right here is where most movies that have that type of opening weekend end up. Sound of Freedom is going up, up, up. It is overperforming to a level that we really haven't seen. We saw in its second weekend, it had an almost 40% increase over the opening weekend. Now, I do expect it to be about $20 million or so. It's going to challenge with Mission Impossible, whether they're going to be third or fourth place at the box office. But it just continues to go and go and go. It shows you that there is a market for this. It shows you don't have to alienate this portion of your audience. And Sound of Freedom continues to do amazing things. To me, as somebody who liked Mission Impossible, it sucks that that's the movie that seems to be really cut out of with this entire thing. I like Tom Cruise and I love the Mission Impossible franchise. But when you're talking about the message surrounding a movie and what they're putting out there in the world, I think you gotta go with Sound of Freedom and the incredible success that this thing has had. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.